Question number 4. A force is specified by the vector F. F should be in capital and boldface. Yep. It is not in bold. Yep. And I and J and K also should be in bold. 160I plus 80J minus 120K Newton. Calculate the angle made by F with the positive X, Y, and Z axis. So the answers are this. So what is the first step that we need to do? We need to find the magnitude of this vector. Magnitude of this vector. How to do this first? You have 1 minute to solve this. You can pause the video. So we use this formula for magnitude of any vector in 3 dimension, and then we use the cosine of theta x, cosine of theta y, cosine of theta z, which is equal to the component of in the x in the I directions or x-axis to the absolute value or magnitude of f. And after finding of the cosine of theta x, you will use your calculator and use cosine inverse. Make sure that this is in radian, okay? And try this. A lot of people make these mistakes that it doesn't give them the right number because they don't set the value to angle at the end. Anyway, this is easy. Next question, determine the weight in newtons of a woman whose weight in pounds is 125. Also find her mass in slugs and in kilograms. Determine your own weight in newtons. So there's a formula in your book. When you want to convert the weight from pounds to newtons, use the conversion factor of 4.44822. Okay, it means that 1 pounds or lb is equal to 4.44822 newtons. Therefore, you can say that, okay, 1 point is equal to this newtons, 125 pounds. You need to multiply it by this number, so the answer will be 556 newtons. And how to find the mass in slugs? So the mass is 125 pound mass, and you have another conversion factor. You need to remember this number, or you can just use your books to find this conversion factor. Or if you didn't understand the previous formula, you can use, this formula is a long one. You can use this formula. So the formula to convert, you need to remember, if you want to find the mass in slugs, you have to have the weight in pounds and the G. G is 9.81, but in SI units. So if we want to know what is G in foot per square second squared, it will be equal to 32.174. So the G for G, we should use this number, and the weight should be in pounds. So we have the weight. Now let us plug in the numbers, the values of weight, which is 125, and G is equal to 32 plus blah blah blah, and the mass will be equal to this value. Or you can use this formula, which gives you the same. You can learn it by yourself. If you have any question, ask me on the comments. Last question. Compute the magnitude F of the force which the sun exerts on the earth. Perform the calculation first in pounds, then convert your result to newtons. Refer to table D over the /2 in appendix D for necessary physical quantities. The final answer is this. So we need to know the universal gravitational constant, which is G. You can find it from the appendix, and the mass of the Earth, again, it is this value, and the mass of the Sun, which is this value. So we need to find these three values first. The distance between the Earth and the Sun is equal to this value. And then we use the law of gravitation, which is F equal to G times m1 m2 over r squared. R is the distance between the sun and the earth, mass of sun and mass of the earth, and G is a constant number. We plug in the value and we find the final answer. And after finding in pounds, the value in pounds, now we need to convert it to newtons. As I said in previous example, use 4.4482 Newton per 1.4